Amrit, move to you. What do you expect in the morning? What's going to happen in the morning, and how is Shubman going to be batting?
I think it's very important for Cheteshwar Pujara, in my opinion, to be batting as usual. I think he needs to block the bowlers and take the pressure off from one end. Whereas, it will give the license for Shubman Gill to play his natural aggressive game. I think these two batsmen need to go out there and put as many runs as possible. We know Bihar is there, and you have the positivity of Rishabh Pant to follow as well. I think if India can manage to get a lead of over 100, that would be really helpful for India. But you never know. You have probably the one of the best fast bowling attacks out there in Hazelwood, Cummins, and Stark. So it will really be difficult. And hopefully, when we wake up tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock, even if we get late by an hour, if we wake up at 6 a.m., I'm hoping that India will be around 60 for 1 and not 50 for 5. I'm just hoping that India play well. And I still think if they manage to get over the new ball, and if they manage to get over the first session, I think batting would become a bit easy. We saw that when Labuschagne and Travis Head were batting. If you manage to dig in there, I think the runs would definitely come for you. And we have some really good positive players in Jadeja and Pant to follow. And like I said, a lead of 100 and 150 will do wonders for the team India as well. And hopefully they can do that.
Yes, and that's what a lot of people are saying. The board is around, I think it's 10 or 12 overs old. So another 10 overs, if they concede over the first hour tomorrow, then obviously the conditions will be the better for the batting. And as long as India don't lose any wickets in the first hour, I think that will be crucial for this test match, because we are now on 36. So we've almost scored more runs than we scored in the second innings in the last game. And that mental block of getting rid of that 36 will be brilliant. Dinesh, moving to yourself, what do you think is going to happen in the morning?
Well, as you guys had been discussing, the first 1 hour or 1.5 hours is going to be a real challenge for Team India. In short, the 15 overs, the first 10 to 15 overs will be the real key. If India manages not to lose any wicket in the first 10 to 15 overs, then I'm very sure Shubman Gill will get a go. And I mean, in the recent past, if you had seen the way Cheteshwar Pujara had been progressing with his batting, longer he stays, comfortable he gets. So, I mean, that's the key for me. The first 1.5 hours, or an instance of the first 15 overs, is going to be the key. And if you're not going to lose any wicket in the first 15 overs, it's going to be a day for India, I would say. Because a session which is starting well for India, that will really go well, because with the kind of confidence that Ajinkya Rahane has shown with his captaincy, I'm very sure that he is up for a bigger task tomorrow, because he is actually stepping up ahead of Virat Kohli's position. I mean, to the Virat Kohli's shoes, he's actually employing himself. So I'm very much optimistic and positive on the approach that Indians are going to follow. But that really depends on the first 1 hour or the first 15 to 20 overs that India is going to play. You play a waiting game. You don't bother about the runs that are going to come. Just go your game, go play your game. Do not lose a wicket for the 10, 15 overs, then it's all yours.
Cool. And Aditya, straight to you. Who is going to be the biggest threat to the Indian batting tomorrow? Will it be Hazelwood, or do you think Lyon would have a big say in what happens in the morning?
When we saw the first spell that they bowled, Cummins and Stark, we thought India couldn't score a single run, because the way Mayank Agarwal got out for Stark, we thought India couldn't score a single run. But then slowly Pujara came up, then Gill showed his confidence up, and we think that they batted really well. So now everything is on the way they bat. Now they've got Mitchell Stark and Josh Hazelwood, as well as Pat Cummins. So I think Josh Hazelwood is going to be a trouble for Team India, because he's picking regular wickets at regular interval of time. So I guess that Josh Hazelwood is going to be the X factor for Team Australia.
Oh, brilliant. And up to you, Rohit. India now have 2 left-handers in their batting lineup, in Jadeja and Pant. Do you think that's going to be vital to negate the Australian attack?
Yeah, see, I have seen that always a left-hander and a right-hander batting together is always, difficult for the bowlers, because they need to adjust their lines according to, the batsman. So I think having two left-handers is a good thing that India has. Just the thing is that they should try and maintain the combination of left and right, and one can probably play his shots and be aggressive, and the other can support him at the crease. So I think if that combination works well, then India has a good chance to reaching close to 300 to 350, which should be a very good first inning score.
Yeah, and that's what we hope happens, because if they get the 300 runs, that will basically mean that the third and fourth and fifth day of the match might come into option, and then having the two spinners on day 4 and 5 on the wicket is going to be a very, very useful tool for India, because Australia only have the one spinner, and I think that will be good. Just moving to you, Sunny. Ajinkya Rahane, I know your favorite topic. What are we expecting from Ajinkya, the batsman? And so you've seen a lot of him at the Delhi Capitals and in the first series. Do you think if Ajinkya can get in, there's a good 50 to 100 for Ajinkya?
Yeah, definitely. He has got some good memories playing at the MCG. I remember, I think it was in 2014 when he actually scored 150 at MCG against Australia, and Virat was also there. But I think this time it would be a little bit mature innings which he's going to play, because he's got that added responsibility of a skipper, and as a skipper you always want to lead from the front and set an example for your team, and boost that confidence of the youngsters. You need to boost their confidence as well. So I think Rahane would be a crucial player to watch out for in the match tomorrow. But I feel if India survives first 10 to 15 overs without losing a wicket, then I think it's going to be we're going to see a big 100 from Cheteshwar Pujara and Shubman Gill. So we might not be needing Ajinkya Rahane at that moment, but I think Rahane is a player to watch out for. But I have a good feeling that it's going to be Pujara and Shubman Gill's day tomorrow.
Yes, and I really hope that is the case, because for this series, for India to go 1-1 into the Sydney Test match, it will be vital for this series. Quickly on to Dinesh. Your key player for India tomorrow will be?
It is going to be Cheteshwar Pujara, not because of the runs he is going to score, but just because of the support that he is going to give from the other side. Because whenever Pujara had stayed consistent and confident from the other side, the more runs are prone to come. Because Shubman Gill can be a scoring option tomorrow. Ajinkya Rahane can be a scoring option. We have Rishabh Pant. We have Jadeja as well. But what I would like to see is Cheteshwar Pujara holding to an end, sticking on to an end. So that will be the key. If he manages to stick himself around without losing his wicket, then I'm very sure even if the wickets fall at the other end consistently, there would be a big score around 300 for sure.
Brilliant. And just to use Samruddh, quick one. Do you think Nathan Lyon will replicate what Ashwin did? And is the Indian batsman more comfortable playing spin than Australia?
Well, if you look at the first Test match, I think Indians were pretty comfortable while playing Nathan Lyon, which is very surprising because they really did struggle in the last time around and in the 2014 series as well. But it's fair to say that I think Ravichandran Ashwin has outballed Nathan Lyon in this series, and Indians are pretty comfortable playing Nathan Lyon. We saw that in the last Test match; they didn't lose a lot of wickets from Nathan Lyon. So I think the main threat, like my friend Aditya said, will definitely be Josh Hazelwood and the three pace bowlers. I think. We just saw Shubman Gill. He played a lot of positive shots whenever he played Nathan Lyon. That shows that Indians are ready to go on the front foot and play positively against Nathan Lyon. So I don't think Nathan Lyon will have much of an impact like Ravichandran Ashwin has on the Australian bat. He has been playing on the mind actually on the Australian batsman. Every time Steve Smith comes out to bat, he's having that Ashwin figure in his mind whenever he's batting. So I don't think that'll happen with Nathan Lyon because Indians are pretty positive against him, and hopefully they can carry forward. And especially with Rishabh Pant coming in, he'll definitely be positive against Nathan Lyon. He's not someone who's going to hold back and be defending against the balls and Nathan Lyon. He's definitely go hard. He's definitely going to go hard against Nathan Lyon. So I don't think he'll have much of an impact like Ashwin had on Australia.
And that's what the big thing is. I say, if you look at the bowling attacks yesterday, the Indian bowling attack, although I still feel that the Australian 3 pace stack is probably slightly better. But Aditya, Bumrah, how good was Bumrah yesterday?
We all know that Bumrah stood up when we all missed Mohammad Shami. He was the frontline lead bowler. We all missed Mohammad Shami, but he stood up right. He took regular wickets at all his spell. His bowling was superb. The way he bowled, and even he gave a lot of confidence to Siraj as well as Umesh Yadav. He always used to go and cheer to them, that the way the line and length that they were bowling, it was quite different. But Bumrah, we all were very happy on the length that Bumrah bowled. So Bumrah was the X factor for Indian team. Because of him, he picked 4 wickets for 40 odd runs. That was a good sight for the whole team. And the thing is, MCG, the first inning score has to be like around 360, 380, and India managed it within 200. So that is a really good thing for the whole Indian team. And we have to give all credits to Bumrah, Ashwin, and Siraj. So I think Bumrah played a very dominant role in this game.
Oh, brilliant. And the final question on this match to Rohit. Rohit, a lot of money was placed on this test match being a draw. Do you think there will be a result in this test match? And if you think there's a result, who's going to win?
See, there's definitely going to be a result in this match. And with the way Indians have come out and played positively, I think India definitely stands a good chance to win this match. The only thing that they need to do is, I think that when India were picking wickets, they were continuously, on to the Australians having good field placings and, picking up wickets at regular intervals. So I think they need to bat well. And then when they come on to bowl, they have to bowl well and go aggressively. They should not be going on the defensive. In case if Australia is also trying to score a little fast, they should try and be as aggressive as possible in the field. And I think India stands a good chance to win this match.
And yes, I think our panel agrees. So, Sunny, who's going to win the match, do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be India, because
what?
if India have to do well, they need to win this test match, and MCG is the best ground to do it, because they've got some good memories. All the players who are actually playing, few of them got good memories of scoring big hundreds here. So I think it could come in handy in the match tomorrow.
Dinesh, for you, who's in charge of the game and who do you fancy winning the match?
I'm really optimistic for India winning this match, but it really depends on the third innings. Whoever dominates the third innings will be actually holding a key for who will be winning the match. So it's going to be a tricky third innings. So I can't assure you, but I really wish to see India winning the match.
Yeah. So it looks like the majority of the panel will be favouring India or in charge of the match. But again, I still think the third innings will be important. Up to you, Samrat. I know you've been watching New Zealand and also Sri Lanka, South Africa. Any key moments in those 2 series that we should know?
Well, you're asking a Sunrise fan. I will definitely be highlighting Kane Williamson's innings today. It has been a daily routine for Kane Williamson. I think whenever his team is under trouble, he comes out there and he bails his team out of trouble. And once again, he showed us why he's probably the best best batsman going around. I just wish we have so much problems in life. Even we had Kane Williamson in life so that he could take us out of trouble there. But again, Shaheen Shah Afridi, he bowled a really good spell. At the start, he was literally unplayable. If you watch the highlights, I think he took the wickets of Tom Latham and even Tom Blundell very early on. So it was very challenging. But when the going gets tough, the tough gets doing, they say. And Kane Williamson just showed us why he's probably the greatest batsman going around. I still feel technically, you say the Fab Four, you have Williamson, you have Virat Kohli, you have Steve Smith and Joe Root. I still feel when it comes to Test match cricket, yes, they talk a lot about Steve Smith, but Kane Williamson probably has the best techniques among these 4, and he showed us why he's probably the best in the world at the moment. And if we talk about the South Africa and Sri Lanka Test match, like I said before, when we started recording, it's really surprising to see a team like Sri Lanka doing so well in South Africa. Whenever India go there, they tend to struggle out there, but Sri Lanka, especially Dinesh Chandimal and Dhananjaya De Silva, they're playing really well. And unfortunately, Dhananjay De Silva got hurt. I think he has sort of hip injury, and they have a really good score on the board at the moment, and hopefully they can capitalize on that. But I think as far as the South African point of view, I think the wickets of Faf du Plessis and Quinton de Kock will be very important for South Africa.
So yes, so plenty of cricket for fans. Yesterday, I did manage to watch the first hour of Pakistan, and Shaheen Shah Afridi was unplayable. Up to you, Sonny. Quickly, you got a question for us?
I just wanted to add one more thing to that New Zealand-Pakistan test match that, as Samrud was saying about Kane Williamson, we all know that he has been fantastic, in all formats. But, you got to give credit to Ross Taylor also, who has been doing this for so many years for New Zealand cricket. He has been pretty consistent alongside Kane Williamson, and he has supported him really well. He scored 70 of 151, and in test cricket, when you lose two quick wickets and you're literally on the back foot, then got to play that kind of innings and giving support to your skipper, and then skipper capitalizing on that gives a lot of confidence to the whole unit.
I want to ask one question of this. So, how impressed are you guys with Mohammad Rizwan of that? I think he's really an interesting and exciting prospect for Pakistan. He's a really good wicketkeeper batsman, and he really has a good temperament as an international player.
Yes, I say Rizwan, I've been very impressed with him. I've been very impressed with Rizwan. He's been excellent. He was brilliant in the T20 series that they've just played, and he was also good in England as well. So top quality player, Rizwan, and he will keep Sarfaraz out of the team for Pakistan, I think. So
and hopefully he
it'll
doesn't
be
come under
interesting to see
any
what happens there.
controversy.
And I think
hopefully there are no controversies with him.
Yes, the controversy. Yeah. Well, that's the problem. I say losing Babar. I think Babar is such a key player for Pakistan. Again, I think if you look at India, you look at the batsmen that are coming up, they're all kind of established in big pressure games. And where Pakistan doesn't have that, even watching the PSL, like I watched all the PSL, there were very few batsmen. But I think Rizwan is going to be a quality player. So it'll be interesting to see where he goes. Finally, did anybody watch the Big Bash game, Melbourne Stars?
Yeah. Yes, we did. Nicholas
and I was saying to I've got Nicholas Pooran and Glenn Maxwell. I was saying for all Punjab Kings 11 Punjab fans, they must be really, really angry because they never saw that partnership, and I believe they lost the game.
Yeah,
they lost the game.
Happy as a Sunriser fan because Jason Holder just gave 24 runs away in his 4 overs and picked up 1 wicket and hit a huge 6.
Wow, brilliant, guys. Anyway, guys, we will leave the show there. Thank you for taking your time and joining us. And it's been an amazing test match. Hopefully you will wake up in the morning. I will text you all if there's a wicket and let you know. And we will be putting this on our fan club page and social media. So definitely stay with us. Thank you, guys.